the truth about attachment trauma and addiction. Before we can truly heal from addiction, we must look deeper, beyond behaviors, beyond symptoms, to the roots buried in our earliest experiences of love, safety, and connection. Attachment is the invisible thread weaving through our emotions, our relationships, and our struggles. Addiction often is not a flaw or failure. It's a way the wounded parts of us try to survive, to find comfort, to feel whole again. In this journey, we explore the profound relationship between attachment and addiction, and how really healing begins by reconnecting with the parts of ourselves we once had to abandon. Attachment is the deep biological bond we form with our primary caregivers. It's how we first learn whether the world is safe, whether we are seen, valued, and loved, or whether love must be earned, chased, or feared. These early relational patterns silently become the blueprint for how we interact with everyone and everything, influencing our friendships, romantic relationships, and even the way we view ourselves. Healthy attachment builds a foundation of trust, but when attachment is disrupted or wounded, we carry those unmet needs with us, often without even knowing it. Attachment wounds happen when our natural, innocent needs for love, comfort, and security go unanswered. It may be through neglect, inconsistency, emotional unavailability, or trauma. Even small misattunements in childhood can leave deep imprints. The child, unable to rationalize the complexity of adult behavior, often blames themselves, believing "I'm not enough" or "I must be too much." These early wounds shape our nervous system, our sense of identity, and our future connections, leading us to seek substitutes for the connection we deeply crave. Addiction is often misunderstood as a moral failing or a simple lack of willpower. In truth, it is an ingenious, though ultimately painful, attempt to soothe unbearable inner states. Substances, behaviors, and compulsions offer a momentary balm, a fleeting sense of calm, connection, or escape. But these quick fixes come at a cost, entrenching us deeper into cycles of pain. Addiction is not the enemy. It's the desperate coping mechanism, a signal that somewhere inside, a part of us is still longing to be held, heard, and healed. The cycle begins innocently. Pain arises, the old wound of not feeling good enough, loved enough, safe enough. We reach for relief. A drink, a scroll through social media, a hit of dopamine. For a moment, the pain dulls, but soon after, shame creeps in, whispering that we are broken, hopeless, unworthy. This shame feeds the original pain, and the cycle repeats. True healing interrupts this loop, not through punishment, but through tender awareness and new ways of responding to our pain with compassion rather than numbing. When human connection feels dangerous or unavailable, we instinctively seek substitutes, substances, screens, shopping, achievement. These become stand-ins for the emotional regulation we were meant to receive through healthy attachment. A warm hug releases oxytocin, grounding us. So does a drink temporarily. But unlike real connection, these substitutes often leave us emptier, needing more. Understanding addiction as a misguided attempt at a connection invites us to replace judgment with empathy and to begin building real, nourishing relationship instead. Healing does not come from simply cutting out addictive behaviors. It comes from listening to the pain beneath them. It's about sitting gently with the parts of ourselves that once felt abandoned, terrified, or unseen. Therapy, somatic healing, self-injury. These become sacred spaces where old wounds are finally witnessed and validated. Healing begins when we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What happened to me?" And most importantly, how can I give myself the love I needed all along? The nervous system learns through experience. Healing requires more than insight. It requires new, lived moments of safety through healthy relationships where we are seen, heard, and accepted. We gradually rewire the old circuits of distrust and fear. Little by little, we learn that it's safe to be vulnerable, to be imperfect, to be human. New attachments are not about replacing one dependency with another, but about learning that connection can heal, uplift, and restore. In place of numbing, we cultivate nurturing. Instead of escaping our feelings, we learn to stay with them, to care for them tenderly. Mindful breathing, creative expression, movement, reaching out for support. These practices slowly rebuild our capacity to be with ourselves without judgment. Over time, what once felt unbearable softens. We begin to discover that we are not our pain, not our cravings, not our wounds. We are something far larger, wiser, and more resilient than we ever imagined. Healing is messy. It is not straight line. It's a dance of steps forward and steps back. Relapses, setbacks, and struggles are not signs of failure. They are invitations to deeper compassion. Every stumble offers a chance to practice kindness toward ourselves, to reaffirm our commitment to growth. Progress is not measured by perfection, it's measured by persistence. Each time we fall and choose to rise again, we strengthen the trust between us and the parts of ourselves, still learning that healing is safe. At the heart of healing is a homecoming, a remembering of who you were before the wounds, before the defenses, before the survival strategies. You are not broken, you are whole. Even when you feel fragmented, you are worthy of love. Even when you feel unlovable, the path is not about becoming someone new. It's about allowing your true self, your radiant, essence to emerge. Healing is not a destination, it's a sacred journey of returning home to yourself, step by loving step. You are not meant to walk this path alone. Healing happens in connection with those who can hold your story with tenderness, who remind you of your strength when you forget. Every small step you take is an act of courage. Every act of self-compassion is a revolution. You are not too broken to heal. You are not too far gone. Your healing is possible. Your wholeness is waiting, and it all begins with one brave yes.